It's a difficult topic to bring up even in the best of times, but with a potentially deadly virus wreaking havoc around the globe, more people are thinking about creating or updating their wills. Well, the Ontario government recently made that a little easier under the current COVID-19 restrictions, allowing wills and powers of attorney to be witnessed virtually. In Ontario, the execution of a will normally involves the physical presence of two witnesses, neither of whom can be beneficiaries. That means family members are typically excluded, making it more difficult to accomplish during a period where health and government officials are urging social distancing.
So you're left with bringing outsiders in to meet with individuals who may be in a high-risk group.
Peter Carey and Kavina Nagrani recently brought forward an application with Ontario's Supreme Court to declare virtual witnessing valid under the law. Their application included recorded Zoom videos with their elderly clients and witnesses.
I'm literally just holding it up to the camera, and then I'm signing it there right in front of you. Do I need to show you the room, make sure nobody else is in there, or that you know who exactly is in there, that kind of thing?
Absolutely.
But just one day before the application was set to be heard, the Ontario government passed the emergency order, and Carey and Nagrani virtually re-executed the will under the new law.
I think that the emergency legislation was probably partly in response to the application that we brought.
What kind of pushed this forward for you?
Well, for me, I was a private practice lawyer, and so I knew as soon as we were into the emergency order period that this was going to become an issue. And then I started to hear from practitioners. They were signing documents across car hoods, and they were doing things to try and maintain social distance, but it was very clunky, and quite frankly, a lot of lawyers weren't comfortable doing it.
The order means that virtual witnessing is allowed only as long as Ontario is in a state of emergency, which at this point means until at least April 23rd.
COVID has kind of pushed us all to look at how we do things now. Does it mean that afterwards you could consider making this permanent?
Everything's on the table. I think that we have to look at how we do business.
Now, the emergency order is still vague in some areas, which some lawyers have found challenging, but the Attorney General says he will be monitoring the changes closely with a view of having a wider discussion about it once the order is up. Now, just ahead, as healthcare workers continually risk their lives on the front lines of the pandemic, we'll show you how one online will service is helping them get their affairs in order free of charge. As healthcare workers continually risk their lives on the front lines of the pandemic, many are thinking more seriously about getting their affairs in order. Well, one online service is giving back, helping those workers complete their wills for free.
So Willful is a Toronto-based company that helps Canadians create their wills and power of attorney documents online. We had a lot of feedback from nurses and doctors who were reaching out to us and saying that their hospital administrators and their bosses were saying you should be getting these plans in place. So while we can't manufacture personal protective equipment, we decided what we could do to help is to give away 1,000 plans to frontline healthcare workers who are being urged to get these plans in place to help them do it really quickly and easily online. And we've had over 500 people who have already applied for a plan. The biggest thing to know is why you might want to create these documents. I think there's a misconception that you only need a will or power of attorney if you're older or if you're rich, but really these are great to have in place if you have any sort of assets, if you have pets or children and you want to make sure that someone is assigned to take care of them, and of course if you have any chance of having an emergency where you would need a power of attorney for someone to make medical and healthcare decisions on your behalf. And that has nothing to do with age. It's just best practice in any province to get a power of attorney document in place. And these documents really just allow you to have a voice when you can't speak for yourself anymore.
For a link to the application for healthcare workers, you can head to our website, citynews.ca/extras. In Toronto, Erica Natividad, City News.